At this stage, let's bring in a PCB with some components, and we will utilize the EDA Bridge to do so. To activate it, go under Tools and click on EDA Import. Now, I already have an EDA Bridge file saved, so let me open that. FloEFD's EDA Bridge is essentially identical to Flowtherm XT EDA Bridge. You have your abilities to change the modeling level of the PCB from compact, layered, smart PCB, fully explicit. You can modify each layer. Here we see a few components here with the power already assigned. These powers were assigned by using the thermal list import. So this is all identical between FloEFD and Flowtherm XT. The part I want to spend some time on is the new feature component library for FloEFD EDA Bridge. Now this is new with FloEFD 2412. And with Flowtherm XT 2412, the component library has also been updated to be used the same way as I'm going to show you here in FloEFD. So first we want to point to where your components are stored. So in this case I have a couple of components stored under demo files library here, so I'll select that. Let's name this library name. I'll just say library demo, and we'll add this library source. So now in the middle here we can see the packages that are available inside of that folder directory that I chose earlier. Now you can point to multiple library sources, so you can go through that same process under Add Library, and these directories can be local folders, but it also can be mapped network locations. And both FloEFD 2412 and Flowtherm XT 2412, they can point to the same library locations. Now these packages are saved in XT.XML file format. So if we look at the directory here, these are the two packages that I have saved. They are under XT.XMLA files, and these were generated in Package Creator. I also have that open here. Let me show you. If you're not familiar with Package Creator, this is essentially a tool that could very quickly create a thermal ready package and then export it into XT.XML format. The way this works is you start with a wizard where you can select any type of package here, and then once you're finished with the wizard, you can go through the properties of the package and easily and quickly modify any properties you may need, and then export this to an XT.XML file, where then you can import that directly into FloEFD or use the component swapping in EDA Bridge. Now there's two methods to replace your component. One is manually, where, for example, let's say we want to replace our U25 component with this BGA 169 package that I have saved. So if I select it in the tree and then I check on this one from the library, I can hit Replace Selected. And now the little icon here changes, and under Thermal, it shows you that it's now a library detailed component. The other method of replacing is to use Replace Matching. Here first you want to select which libraries you want to swap the components from, and then what kind of match criteria you want, whether it's from the package name, part number, thermal model ID, and then which ones you want to replace it with. Now if you have multiple matching library items, you can decide whether to use the simplest component or the best component with these checkboxes here. Okay, so again, this component library feature is new for FloEFD 2412 and not available in previous versions. Now, for the purpose of the demo, I'll just put this back to simple and transfer the assembly to FloEFD.